But what role does individual African entrepreneurs have to play? What do they need to do to expand businesses and move from the level that we are at right now?
I think one of the greatest benefits the upcoming entrepreneur has today is that the world has become a village.
That's right.
In microseconds, even just on my phone, I can be in connection with China via the internet.
That's right.
I can right now be looking at a trade fair that is being streamed in Brazil. So number one, the upcoming entrepreneur needs to see himself as a global player. The challenge of African people is that we want to escape our continent to Europe or America when we don't even know how to get to Benin Republic. Whereas I travel a lot across Africa, you will be shocked at the massive need for African interplay. I remember going to preach in Zambia, and my bookstore manager at that time was a lady who was my daughter, who I raised from the age of 11. So she had led her team to sell my books there. People were rushing out to ask for African clothes. Because that's another thing in my book. Below West Africa, one of the things European colonization did in sub-Kalahari Africa is to take away their culture. Apart from a few tribes in South Africa that kept their clothes, you will never see any African below West Africa with anything. It's always shirt and coat and tie. Even old grandmother of 95, she wear gown. They've taken it from them. We kept it. It's amazing. Only God understands how we kept. Maybe Nigerians are stubborn. And somebody had said the benefit and blessing of Nigeria was that mosquitoes chased out Europeans in 1959 before the oil was discovered in large quantity, if not. Anyway, so you find out, look, for example, they were coming and asking for African clothes. If that girl had taken maybe 100 prints and they were ready to pay $100, $200, they just were, because one of the things Nollywood did was to put Nigeria in all those corners, and people saw that we had all these various clothes and they wanted it. That's one business, for example.
Exactly.
I've been to Democratic Republic of Congo. If you look in my book, it's the wealthiest nation on earth potentially, yet a policeman is being paid 15,000 naira. 15,000 naira. Why? Because the wealth is still in the ground. They have not extracted it. In fact, rather you have some Chinese guys who are illegally mining somewhere. Nigerians don't go there. There is a deficiency in housing there. All our estates just want to build in Nigeria and make quick money. Whereas if you go to Democratic Republic of Congo, they need estates, they need university lecturers, they need so many things. Even if you don't speak French, you can develop, you can achieve in Congo, Namibia, several of the nations. So Africans need to move outside their box, think outside the box, see Africa as a global playing field, do your business right. That's the problem. Nigerians are dominating the electronic business in Kinshasa, Congo. Some of these guys, they enter illegally. Make sure you legalize your entrance so that if anybody wants to victimize you, your embassy too can argue on your behalf. Because I wouldn't want to go and defend an illegality. That was in the plane. Some guy was coming from Malawi, a Nigerian. He said, "Oh, we watch you on TV there every day." He's an Igbo guy. He sells electronics in Malawi. I said, "Huh? Only Igbo." So we need to think outside the box. We need to think beyond Nigeria.
That's right.
We need to see ourselves as a global village and begin not by running to go and start a business in Britain. Start it here. Have a network in Ghana. Have a network in Benin. Have an office in Nairobi. There are things you know to do, so begin to take advantage. The reason I make this emphasis is because right now, European economies are going down. They are being downgraded by Fitch and other people who assess them. They have been downgraded from A plus to A, some to B. You know, France is now a B. Spain is almost C. Greece is, I think, it's D or E. Whereas African countries, even in 2013, are still like virgin land. Things, I mean, here we are. We're in a hotel that came from South Africa into Warri. And this same chain of hotels is across Nigeria now. We are desperate for them to come. They are smart.
That's right.
Anywhere you now go, you find businesses coming out of South Africa into various African places. The best shops now in Nigeria are ShopRite. And there's nothing in there that a Nigerian couldn't have implemented.
That's right.
So I guess maybe they were pressured to put them there. When there was sanction against South Africa, they came up with ideas to handle the sanction. So now we also need to now take that, borrow that idea and become a global player. Enter legally, do things well. MTN is here from South Africa. Let Glo, that is our own baby, go to other African nations. Let, Econet came here from Zimbabwe, which became Airtel. Let our own businesses begin to go places. So any young man who's watching, if you're in the clothing business, it may not be a big shop, but begin to advertise on the net. Begin to have an agent over there. We are so engrossed in promoting other people's name that they are even shocked. Nigerian boys like to wear a particular shirt. I'm trying to remember the name now. The owners had to come to Nigeria to see what is it. In fact, BlackBerry had to come to Nigeria because we were the second largest market of BlackBerry. They had to come from Canada and say, what exactly
is going on?
Is going on? Everyone is BlackBerry crazy. And whereas when you get to their system, you might just find one or two Nigerians who's part of the innovation and the creativity. So also our government need to create the enabling environment. It is very frustrating. I live in England. It takes 5 minutes to register a company. In Nigeria, it takes probably 1, 2, 3 months. England, you can do it online for £15, 5 minutes. Up to today, in spite of the government telling us you can do it within a short time, is not practical. It's not possible. And we think it is FDI that would change our situation, foreign direct investment, when we have not yet even encouraged our own internal system. Harvard Business Review showed that only a minuscule foreign direct investment enters South Africa. Yet they are
so well.
Forgive me to say, many of our banks in Nigeria are babies beside South African banks. Babies. Even our largest is a baby beside FMB, beside
Stambik.
Yes. So we need to increase our capacity. The government needs to create the enabling environment. The system is just so harsh. Everything is political, you know, and then corruption needs to be fought. And when I say corruption, I was just thinking about it the other day. Every time you say corruption, people think you are talking someone who stole government money. It has permeated
beyond that
every microcosm. We need to fight it.